Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Soul Stained. My name is Beth, and today I am bringing to you my September 9-in-1 video. It's supposed to be a 3-in-1. I'm adding a few extras. So the reason this is a 9-in-1 instead of a 3-in-1 is that this month's topic is your favorite 3 books that you've read so far this year. But I kind of feel like my year has been decidedly split in half. And so I decided to do 3 from the beginning of the year and 3 from the last couple of months. And as an added bonus, 3 that I have reread this year and absolutely adored. If you want to know more about 3-in-1, I will leave the link to our Goodreads group down below. The Goodreads group was started by Cherry Walker, as was this set of videos. And the group's name is Booktubers Around the World. So it will be linked for you down below, and I really encourage you to go check it out. Join if you haven't, and start doing these 3-in-1 videos for yourself. Now, we're going to start with 3 books that I have reread this year. The first one I want to talk about is The Lost Track of Time by Paige Britt with drawings by Lee White. This is kind of a younger middle grade book, and it's about a girl named Penelope whose mom schedules all of her time, and she only has 15 minutes a day to herself to do whatever she wants, and she has to hide her writing because she feels like her mom won't care about it. Her mom's going to throw away her journals, and she's trying to write the best thing she possibly can to convince her mom that she should be allowed to have time to write. And then one day she falls into an empty scheduling page and winds up in the realm of possibilities, where she has to search for the great Moodler, take a flight of fancy, fight against clockworkers and the evil Chronos who are trying to make the realm of possibility all work on the same time schedule. And it's just really fun. It has a really great message. I've handed this to 5 different people, ranging in age level from 8 to my grandmother at 72, and all 5 people that read it, when I handed it to them, had good things to say about it. So if you like this sort of illustrated story, or if you've got something you love to do but you just never find the time for it, I definitely encourage you to pick this up. The next thing I want to talk to you about, another reread, is the first 3 books in the Raven cycle. Now, I read these at the beginning of the year, and then I bought them in paperback because I had read them on audiobook, and I went ahead and ordered them when I ordered the hardback of The Raven King, and they came in first. So I went ahead and reread them in physical form before Raven King came out, and I still absolutely adored them. Yes, there are some issues with them. I'm not going to go into details about the storyline because I feel like you guys probably have heard a whole lot about it already. There are issues with the storyline, but Maggie Stiefvater's writing style is something I absolutely love. And I've always really enjoyed a good character study. And I feel like at its core, what we get the most of, especially in the first book and possibly the third book even, is a good character study for these guys. And the second book is all about Ronan, and he's my favorite character. So yay! All right, the third book, or actually series, that I have been rereading this year and still absolutely love is So You Want to Be a Wizard by Diane Twain. I started rereading this, as you probably know, at the beginning of the year, probably March or April, somewhere in there. And I have read the first 4 books, and Lizzie over at Lizzie Faye Reads Books sent me, I think, books 5, 6, 7, and 9 or something like that. There are 9 books out in the series right now, and I don't know if there's going to be any more, but I didn't know that it was more than a trilogy when I first spotted them on the shelf in the library a few months ago. I was so excited to have them, and they have not disappointed me. In fact, I think I'm loving them more now as an adult, understanding more of the subtle ways that things in the world are being kind of manipulated in this wizarding alternate universe that we've got going on. My 3 favorite books from the beginning of the year were all library books, and so I don't have them to show you, but I'll go over them very, very quickly. The first one is Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo. I read this sometime in January and absolutely adored it. And I was really blown away with how much I loved it because I tried the Grisha trilogy and just couldn't get into it. But so many people told me that I didn't have to read the Grisha trilogy to read Six of Crows and that I would like this better. And I finally picked it up, and within the first chapter, I was like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted from the other books. And her writing style didn't really change that much, but there was some subtle difference about it that just really drew me in, and I adored it. I still adore it. Crooked Kingdom comes out September 27th, and I have it pre-ordered in the box set hardcover edition with Six of Crows because I wanted so badly to buy Six of Crows and didn't have the money at the time. And then when I had the money, the book was nowhere to be found. So I'm doing it this way, and I'm super excited to have those two beautiful books on my shelf in their box set together. If you don't know about Six of Crows or Crooked Kingdom, they are, well, Six of Crows anyway, the book I'm talking about, has a group of kind of gangster hoodlum teens that are hired to go do a heist, and just shenanigans ensue, and it's fabulous. I love it. The second book that I want to talk to you about from the beginning of the year was a picture book called Library Lily by Gillian Shields. It's about a little girl who learns to read and just never really stops. She takes books with her everywhere. Everybody starts calling her Library Lily, and she doesn't really have any friends because all she's doing is reading. So one day her mom makes her go to the park, and she's reading, and she bumps into a tree, and she meets a little girl who is this tomboy who never reads because she's always out on adventures. Somehow they become best friends. It's a fairly short and really cute picture book. I love the illustrations and I love the storyline, but the part I love the best about it, what really popped it up even above the spiffiest giant, for me at least, is that the last page says, they went on many adventures and then they came home and Lily wrote the book. So I checked it out, and this is legitimately a picture book aimed at little kids who might love to read or might need to learn to love to read, written about how Gillian Shields met her best friend. And they are writing other books, both picture and otherwise, about the adventures they've gone on in their lives, like climbing mountains and going on big trips and all of that. And that just really upped it in my eyes, and it was already here, and now it's like best picture book ever. Absolutely adored that book. And then I want to throw out an autobiography that I read, Neil Patrick Harris's Design Your Own Autobiography, or Choose Your Own Autobiography. I gave the book 5 stars. I listened to it on audiobook. He is the narrator. He is hilarious. If you read the book, I would highly suggest that you do it over audiobook just so you can hear NPH do all the voices and talk about all the things and just really, really be the funny guy that he is. I absolutely adore that book, and I highly recommend it for you. But I do want to give a shout out to the book A Study in Charlotte. It missed it by like this much. And then very quickly, because I have done reviews on all of these recently, I have the last 3 things that I've read in the past couple of months that are my new favorites. Because honestly, every time I read a new book that I love, it becomes my new favorite. So what do you do? However, the first one is kind of an honorable mention, and that's going to be George R. R. Martin's A Game of Thrones. Honorable mention because as much as I love it, I can't say that it's one of my top favorite books of the year, but I'm addicted to it. I have already started reading A Clash of Kings, and I bought the season 1 DVD set and started watching it. And some of the characters are not exactly how I envisioned them in my brain, but I'm mostly really okay with it. And they're gorgeous. And the story is really, really well told in the visual setting. And I'm just, like I said, I'm addicted. I'm addicted. And don't you worry. I threatened my friend who made me read them and told him that I am going to take my revenge. He doesn't seem very scared, but I'm wily. So, yes. The next one is The Evil Wizard Smallbone by Delia Sherman. This book just came out, and it's absolutely amazing. Not only is the cover gorgeous, not only is the hardcover by itself, the naked hardcover, a gorgeous cover, but the story is well written and it just pulls you along. I've done a complete review recently, so I'm not going to tell you any more about it, but there you have it. I also have Archie Snufflekins Oliver Valentine Cupcake Tiberius Cat by Katie Harnett, which I have recently done a review for, and so I'm not going to say much more about it. But look at that illustration style. Isn't it gorgeous? And then finally, I want to talk about the Soulless series by Gail Carriger. I have read the first 2 books. I keep trying to go to the library and don't make it when they're open or the book's out, but I need to get Heartless so I can continue on because I can't read it on my phone. It's not easy for me to focus on my phone to do it. So that's going to have to get done pretty quickly. However, I love the series. I love Gail Carriger. She is amazing. And I just cannot wait to continue on with that series. So that's all I have for you guys today. This is my 9-in-1. I promise next month I will try to just do 3-in-1. I promise. I'll try. Try. It's the operative word. But anyway, I am done now. So I will talk to you guys again soon. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave any of your comments down below. Bye.